Tori. We've been talking a lot about Crimson Trace optics, but I'm excited to get back to what Crimson Trace is really best known for, and that's lasers and lights, and we've got both right here.
Correct, Joe. Crimson Trace is now at 2 decades leading the laser and light business. And so today we are going to talk about the CMR-301 Railmaster Pro, which is the accessory you need for your AR.
So we're definitely looking at a tactical style unit here, a unit that's going to provide you both that illumination and that additional aiming point. So let's start with the light. What are we looking at here?
So we have equipped the 301 with a 1000 lumen light.
All the lumens.
All the lumens. Now we know when you're in your shoot houses, in most scenarios, 1000 lumens is going to be too much. So we have included the feature of dialing back to 500 lumens or 125 lumens.
I'm not a guy who is ever going to say no to more lumens, but it is good to be able to adapt your light to your current situation. Moving on to the laser, what have we got going on?
We have equipped it with a green laser, and we chose green because it's easier for the human eye to detect, and it just works better with a light when you have a light included.
Yeah, I think when it comes to lasers, I think it's really a toss-up, especially on like handgun models, red or green. It's kind of a personal preference thing, and there's also power considerations, but when you add that light, the green definitely shines through much easier to pick up when you're blowing out the room with a bunch of lumens.
Yes.
So, of course, we've got to power this thing. So, what do we got going on there?
So, we have included a removable battery. You're going to have about 6 hours of runtime. That battery just pulls right out of the unit itself. You plug it into a micro USB charger, charge it, and put it back in, and you're good to go.
Yeah, so you don't have to remove the unit to charge the battery, which I think is an important point that I don't want to skip over, because once you've mounted this and you have it set up the way you want it on your rifle, you're going to have that laser zero to your rifle and your load, and you don't want to have to re-zero every time you recharge. Another thing I want to point out is we've got the radial dial back here, and it does have an off selection, which allows you to turn it off, keep that battery fully charged, whether it's for prolonged storage or transport. But we've also got 3 other modes on this radial dial. Can you walk me through those?
Yes, Joe. So you can run laser only, light only, or laser and light.
So all the options, you can really kind of pick what's best for your situation. Now we have to talk about activation. We have a couple options for that as well.
Yes. So the 301 comes with a removable remote pressure pad and an activation switch on the device itself. So you can choose how you want to run the device.
Right, you can definitely set this up the way you want, either running it from the button at the rear or the pressure pad. And as well, you have a lot of options for mounting the unit and the pressure pad, right?
Correct, yes. So first of all, the pressure pad is included, and it is not Velcro. It mounts directly to the rail. And then we do include both an M-lock and a PIC rail adapter.
Yeah, so we've got them mounted on PIC rails here, but if you had the M-lock, adapters are included. I should also mention that that pressure pad's also included, which is not necessarily the industry standard, so it's a nice add-on that you're getting with the Crimson Trace unit.
Correct.
Now, I remember when the original Railmasters came out, and they were for the dust covers of your handguns, and you were getting a little bit of light, and you were getting that red laser. There is a lot more going on here. We also have options, correct, in terms of color?
Correct, yes. So we have the option for either black or FDE. So if you're going for your 50 shades of tan with your SCAR, the option is available, and you cannot beat price on these. The tan, of course, is a little bit more expensive per usual, but both of these units come in under $300.
Wow, I mean, that's a lot of technology, a lot of performance coming out of a very affordable unit here from Crimson Trace. So very exciting, the CMR-301 from Crimson Trace.